Hello and welcome to another edition of Draw Along with Dan. I'm Dan Lietha, cartoonist and illustrator, and today we're going to be drawing three different monkey faces, and they have very different shapes, and some of them are pretty crazy looking. So get your pencils and your pens for inking. So pencils for sketching, pens for inking, and let's get drawing. And I've got to set my first marker, pen, digital, whatever you want to call it, to, oh, I'm going to go with red. Excuse me for a moment here while I do that. All right, so let's break down the shapes of this first monkey's face. Now, what general shape do you see when you look at this particular monkey's face? I see a triangle. So we're going to go from here to here to here. So very triangular in shape. And so I see the eye line goes right about here. There's a nice line right down the center. It goes right there. The nose is right there. And then the mouth is very small, but it's right there. And then it's got these very interesting cheekbones. Right there. Kind of an eyebrow thing. And then the ears. So the head curves around, but the ears go up like that. And the eyes go right about here. So that serves pretty well for our breakdown. Now let's draw. I'm going to move this sketch down so that'll help us when we do our drawing. And the first step for that is to draw a pencil sketch that will get us close. So let me change my marker color a little bit. And let's start out with that triangle first. Now, I'm going to exaggerate this a bit. We're going to have fun doing a cartoon, kind of a caricature of this particular monkey. So my triangle looks more like a piece of pizza. Great, now I'm hungry. All right, so there's our triangle to start out with. We're going to draw the arch of that monkey's head, the top of the head, how it's rounded off. And then we've got these ears. And then the other one over here. Kind of see less of that one. And then let's draw a line right across the top for the kind of the eyebrow ridge. All right, and then there's that center line too. Can't forget about that. So I probably should have drawn that first, because that helps us know where the middle of that ridge is. All right, and then the nose kind of comes down like that. And then it's got this funny little line right under its nose to the lip. And it kind of sort of has a mustache right here, and then the bottom lip right about there, and then the bottom of the chin is right about there. And for the eyes, they're very, very close together. So that's the inside of the eyes. All right. Now, it has that cheekbone thing going on, so something like that. So you see how the guidelines help us get into the ballpark, get it kind of close. And it's got these kind of tufts up the side. Let's see the mustache. Something like that. And I'm going to sketch a little tighter than I have been in other videos. Help us get a little closer to finished, so when we're inking, we're not drawing so much as we're following what we've already determined. And it's got these little kind of bags under his eyes a little bit. Sides of the nose. And then drawing in the eyes itself, or themselves. Again, notice how on animals, most animals, the iris, which is the color like the brown part of the eye, covers most of the eye. You don't see very much white. In fact, in this monkey, it looks like it just looks black on that other parts of the eye. So maybe on the final inks we'll go a little more cartoony on the eyes. So for the next step, I'm gonna knock back the opacity, and then we're gonna ink this monkey's face. Get another layer for that. Okay. And then I have to label my my layers to know what they are. There we go. Got our layers labeled. I'm going to change my ink pen. And this monkey doesn't have fur that's very long, so we're not going to have the squiggles that we do on have had on some other animals. Let's start out with the eyebrow ridge. And the funny thing on this monkey too is it's got some funny eyebrows. So there's some squiggles for the fur right there. And then the bridge of the nose comes down, very thin, very, very thin. And then let's draw where the nostrils are. A little darker right where the actual nostrils are in the nose. It's like a shadow that's being cast down a little bit. And then there's like a mustache that this monkey has. So we're going to get some of the fuzzy lines that this monkey actually does have. Again, because it has shorter fur overall, there's not so much of those longer lines for the hair. All right, and then that's for the like cheekbone type. Oh, some of it's darker fur or shadow there, but it's got that kind of a structure to its face, and then some of the fur right there. And then the same for the other side. Makes it easier that this is a front shot. So once we draw something on one side, we kind of do the mirror opposite on the other. And we're working pretty symmetrically. All right, so the monkey's mouth is kind of open. Can't really see inside it a little bit. just a little bit. And then there's bottom lip. And then that fuzzy chin. Now, I didn't look up the name of this particular monkey, so you might, for extra credit, look around and see if you can find the name of this monkey. Find its picture, and it's got these little pointed ears. Some fur on the inside of the ears. And then go up. Little indications of some fur. All right. And then for the eyes, like I said, I want to go a little more cartoony, so we'll draw that top line, but then I want to go more of a circle for the eyes. And I'll draw the pupils actually bigger. Looks like he's really paying attention to something when those pupils get big. Some shading underneath those eyebrows. And a little more shading on the detail for the fur. So there's our first monkey shape head. The triangle is what that one is. So that was kind of fun. Let's see what it looks like without the sketch. There we go. So monkey number one. Let's move on to monkey number two. I'll shut these off. Move these down. Below. Monkey number two is actually an emperor tamarin. So I have the name of this one. And let's do the sketch for this one, the breakdown of the shapes. What shape do you see when you look at this particular monkey? I see a couple things. And the first one is, this one is more square or rectangular. So the face is like that. And then even inside, it looks like there's more of a rectangle for where the eyes are. The eyes are right there. It's kind of dark to see in the eyes though. And then the nose, boy, everything's got these straight lines there. So that's the nose. There's the halfway point for the monkey. It's got this little mouth right here. And then it's rounded off here. This little tuft of ears right there. So, and then the funny thing about this monkey, there's its bottom of the chin. It's got a mustache. I mean, a real mustache that comes off the side there and curls around. And that's what makes this one so fun. Drawing some indication of some eyes there. So, take that. Let's back up a little bit. I zoomed in on that. And take that and move this down. There's our breakdown for that particular monkey. The Emperor Tamarin. I think it's probably called Emperor because it has a mustache. So let's do our pencil sketch. And again, it's really blocky and squarish. And I want to move my square over because I've got to make room for that mustache. Now I drew the halfway point line. Again, this is a front shot, so I'll draw that sketch again. There we go, right about there, halfway. And then I'm going to give this this monkey a bigger forehead. So we're going to draw the top of the nose right there, and then that block for the eyes is right about there. Block for the nose right here, and then the mustache actually doesn't start under the nose, it starts like right there. So we're going to make that mustache really big, since that's the kind of the key feature of this particular monkey. And this is the mouth area right here, so that's where the chin goes right there. So that is a mustache. The round parts of the head, and then those little tuft of ears right there. Cute little ears. And those eyes look very round. And we'll draw in the pupils right here. I like to draw a little circle for the reflection to the nose, and then the nostrils actually point in towards the center, and the mouth will be kind of fuzzy like that. Funny little guy. Maybe I'll make some eyebrows on him just to kind of give him a little more expression. All right, I think that that works out pretty well for the rough sketch. So let's take that and knock that back. And I need an ink layer, so make my ink layer, change my pen color to black. And let's start out with the nose. Kind of a nice central area to start out with. Ink in the nostrils. And then that mouth. Little fuzzy thing there. Give him a little bottom lip. And then he has this kind of a line pattern on the top of the bridge of his nose. And then his eyes go right there. And let's draw some fur here. He's got a real, like a shadow area where his eyes go. So we're going to draw in where that fur curves around and makes a real shadow area for where his eyes are. Alright, now let's go up to the top. And this guy doesn't have the longest fur either, but kind of follow that line around, zigzag around a little bit, and make that look like hair. And then the tuft of the ears. I was looking up a lot of reference for monkeys in preparation for this, and there are some really strange looking monkeys. Alright, I'm going to add some more fur area definition. Give this some form. And then slight indication right here of where that muzzle area is for the monkey. And then the same for the chin. Kind of a slight indication where that is. Now that big mustache. There's so many hairs too. It's not just the main big curl part. There's all kinds of I wonder if this guy gets up in the morning and goes down to the river and looks in the mirror and goes, ah, look at that nice mustache. Curves right around there. And sometimes animals have features like that to gain a mate. So maybe this, I'm assuming this is the male. But he could be impressing the ladies. Alright, now the eyes. Pretty round and circular. Some animals naturally look more like a cartoon than others. And then let's draw in some more shadow area around. Because that area kind of goes in from where the fur comes out. And so I think that's part of the shadow. Is that it's covered with the hair around it. So there we go, and you can draw some more fur detail if you'd like, just to kind of help that top part make more sense. There we are, our little Emperor Tamarin. And let's get rid of the sketches. And take a look at that, the way that is. There we go. All right, now this last one is the wildest looking one of them all. So let me move my layers down here, get those out of the way. And this last one is that one right there. That one. That one's got some really interesting shapes to work with. So let's break it down with shapes first.
Here are some some results.
And so we've got this thin section right in the middle of the face of this guy. Rounds off at the end. And then he's got this brow right here. Got this curved shape right there. Now the mouth goes right there. This is not quite a straight shot, so the middle line goes right there on the face. And then the eyes are right there off the brow. And the head is pretty flat, but he's got this like double tuft of hair that's spiky. Alright, so then the other ear goes over here. These monkeys have like these high cheekbone, high things there too, so that's a very interesting feature of their face. And then he's got some like these tufts of hair that come out the side. The other ear right there. So this is a crested macaw. And I think that does it for our breakdown of shapes. Let's move that down a little bit more. All right, crested macaw. You are the next target of our fun, I guess. So let's start out with that middle. I'm gonna move this over a little bit. Get rid of my palette there. He's got that long, thin shape to his face, and then the top of his head is just flat. I'm already seeing I'm gonna have to shrink this down because of the spiky hair is gonna go beyond that. That brow is so cool looking. And then the middle of the face is right there. And draw those cheekbones coming out. And then that's where the top of the eye bridge goes, the bridge of the nose. And then the eyes are right about there. He just kind of naturally looks kind of angry because of the way that eyebrow ridge is on a lot of monkeys and apes. They're not the same thing, by the way, but they both have that quality. And then it goes down, and then the nose, if we're going to construct it, it goes something like this, and then the nostrils go down like that. Again, we're just sketching this, getting it in the ballpark. And then the top of the upper lip. Now, I can't see exactly what the mouth is doing there. It's kind of curved around a little bit, but maybe we'll give this guy a smile just for fun. And the bottom chin is really kind of a half circle, or very circle-ish. I had it kind of squared off a bit there, but and then the jaw actually continues around. It's got that real hard edge on its face right there. So funny looking. And then from there, let's see, right about here, and then over, and then the top of the head goes over and over like that. And then this is where I want to put in that curved line around for that tuft of hair that this monkey has. And then the ears go right about here. And then this one, again, because this is a shot where he's looking a little away from the camera, not straight into it. He's turned his head a little slightly. That ear goes right about there. And then, all right, let's, I'm going to move this down a bit, and then I'm going to have to reduce it a bit too, because get that great tuft of spiky hair. So that tuft is kind of like that, but then it splits into two. So the general shape is kind of like that. And then I think it'd be fun just to put the pupils kind of like this. This guy looks like he's trouble. All right. And then the hair kind of generally goes like this. And then there's I think out of the three that I've done, this one is my favorite so far. We'll see how it turns out in the finish. But again, the natural face, the photograph that we're looking at, just looks almost like a cartoon all by itself. All right, so let's take the sketch, knock back the opacity so we can still see it, and then I'm going to ink over the top of this one for our crested macaw. I believe that's how you say it. Get my ink pen there. And I'm going to start out with that eyebrow ridge. All right. And then those cheekbones, the curves are around. Like that. And then it's got a little curve in it, but I'm just going to exaggerate it and make it straight down. This line right here is just wild. And then the bottom of the face comes out. And this is where we're going to kind of interpret a little bit. And I don't see it much in the photograph, but we'll put like a little lip right there. And the bottom of the face comes around. It goes up like that. And then the nose, I'll shrink my pen down a little bit. And it goes up and then over and then up. Start on the other side, do the same thing, just a little different. And there we have the nose. You can put in a little detail line here too, little thin indicators of the bridge of the nose. It doesn't stick out so much from what we can see in the photograph, but then right here on the under the brow, I want to draw some indicators of some shadow right there. And we're going to save those eyes till last. Now, I can't see the teeth either, but I think it would be fun just to kind of give like an indication of some teeth. He's got that mischievous little grin. Now the hair tuft. This guy's got spiky hair. I think it kind of adds to his attitude. And again, you don't have to draw the exact same line for line that I'm drawing. hair kind of continues to give the shape of the head. Again, on things like these, I kind of like to do the one side and then do the other. So I tend to do that. All right. Not real super shaggy hair. This is long, I think longer hair, but it's not like all over the place. The top of the head is for sure, but stay kind of true to the reference in that it's not super wild hair, but it is furry, so I give it that lines that indicate that texture. And then the hair kind of spreads out from that point right there, so I'm kind of giving an indication of that. And then if I finish those, again, those funny pointed ears, a lot of monkeys, at least in my reference, have these really, they look like little elves. And I think I'm going to do like another day of monkey faces at some point because there's so many good ones. And that ear's kind of flopped over, so there we go. And then we've got the eyes. And again, they're just simple curves. Under the brow. The ones in the picture look more round, but I'm putting them right under the brow. And then I'm going to put like these little bag type shape area under the eyes too that make it look, gives it a little more shape and almost a little more attitude too. And there's more shadowing under the eyes, so he looks like a mischievous fellow. So I think that's good. Let's make the sketch go away. And there's our final monkey, the crested macaw. Although it looks like macaque. Maybe that's how you say it. M-A-C-A-Q-U-E. Macaque, I think that is actually how you say it. Macaw would be like a parrot. So we finish our artwork by doing the writing our name on it. So Dan Lietha, Lietha.com. Go to my website and you can find all kinds of other artwork that I've done. And go to the site Reasons for Hope. The website is rforh.com. You can get a lot more information about the ministry that I work for, and you can find Reasons for Hope on Facebook and Instagram and then YouTube, and you can find more of my artwork and drawings and stuff on YouTube on the Reasons for Hope site. And I have, of course, this channel that I do artwork on as well. So this was fun. I'm going to do some more monkeys in the future. Watch for that. Come back Monday through Friday at noon Eastern time, and you can draw along with Dan. Thanks for watching.